Hi friends, Anna Wilson here with Shimkonis Partners at Telluride Properties, and I'm here today to talk about probably the most hot button topic in Telluride right now, which is the proposed cap on short-term rentals. For those who aren't aware, there is going to be an item on the ballot in November where Telluride residents can choose whether they support capping short-term rental licenses at 400 per year. To give you some context, there's currently about 740 licenses. The change isn't as dramatic as it sounds. There are some exemptions like individual hotel rooms and primary residences, but it will still make an impact. So between now and the November election, I am going to do a series of videos elaborating on the different aspects of this topic and answering more of your questions if you have them. So I'm here to keep you informed, but in today's video, I'm going to focus on answering your questions that you posed to me on Instagram last week. Okay, so diving right into your questions, and here's a great place to start. Why? So like the rest of the country, Telluride is currently experiencing a pretty significant labor shortage. Telluride and other small mountain resort communities are attributing most of this issue to a lack of affordable housing for their local workforce. So the main goal for this is mostly just to create more affordable long-term housing for our locals. That's really what it all comes down to. There are some other goals wrapped into this, like reducing tourism, reducing property values potentially so that locals may be able to afford to purchase a property in Telluride, reducing competition for the hotels, which that's not necessary. I'm sorry, I can't contain my judgment on that one. That's a no from me. The hotels are fine. And also creating more free market rental and purchase opportunities for locals who don't qualify for deed restriction, which I don't like that goal. If people don't qualify for deed restriction, I don't think we need to be changing our local economy to accommodate them. I'm sorry, I just got judgmental again. Next up, are we really talking about reducing our lodging options? Yes. As I mentioned before, part of the goal of this is to reduce tourism, which I realize sounds crazy coming from a tourist town, but a lot of people are in the opinion that Telluride has just gotten to be too busy and is more than our current workforce can manage. So yes, we will have reduced lodging by about 125 units. So you can also almost definitely expect for the prices of the lodging to increase as well. So how will this affect property values? According to the creators and supporters of this initiative, the hope is that it will reduce property values so that locals will be able to purchase property. Personally, I don't really see that happening. I think there's still plenty of demand for people who don't need to short-term rent their units, don't need that income. So although we have seen a really significant incline over the past 14 months or so in property values, especially in town of Telluride condos, I think what we'll see if this passes isn't going to be a decline, but instead just kind of a bit of a stabilization. I don't think property values will really go down. As for lease regulations, these will still be free market properties, so there will not be any sort of restriction on the amount that a homeowner can charge, who they rent to, or what length of time they have a lease for, other than it can't be a short-term rental. Does this impact Mountain Village? No, not in terms of restrictions at least. How likely is it to happen? I mean, likely enough for me to sit here making videos about it. This was a great question asking if it was town of Telluride regulating this or individual HOAs. It is the town of Telluride regulating a number of business licenses for short-term rentals. So it doesn't matter what HOA you're a part of. This is all just based on the town of Telluride. Finally, am I voting for it? I'm actually not eligible. This is a town of Telluride ballot measure, and I live just about 10 minutes away in the Ilium Valley. So no, I can't vote on it. If I could, I would vote no, because I don't think that this is the way to create housing for locals. There are better ways, and I'll talk about that in the coming weeks. Thanks for your questions. If I didn't get to yours today, please leave them in the comments below, and I will certainly answer them for you then. Bye.